Chaf Bet Amud Bet, second line. Yeah, Tanya. Tanya, so we're going to have now that the Braita are going to explain the Shita of the understanding of Bet Shammai. You see, Amar Rabbi Yoshua, said Rabbi Yoshua, Boshni midivrachem. I'm embarrassed from your words. Bet Shammai, according to Bet Shammai, that we said before, that you think a keli cheres, a clay vessel, and you put on the opening between two houses. Okay? We said before, according to Bet Shammai, is going to only save the food and drink. But it's not going to save people and other things standing there. This doesn't make sense. Huh?
What do you mean it's going to save them? How is it going to save them?
You were here last time?
Yeah, but
Okay, I think you forgot. So you have to go over what you learned. Now, he says, Rabbi Yoshua, Efshar, Isha, a lady that is standing, basically we talk about the two storehouse. We have the aliyah on the second house, and we have the opening from the first floor to the second floor. Okay? Now, is it possible that Isha is standing in the aliyah on the second floor, and somebody died by the first floor, and this keli cheres, this vessel was in between, lasha ba'areba, and she was making a dough or kneading it in the areba. Areba means like a ke'ara, like a right. Mefarashim, they say over here, Meiri says it's made from the etz, from wood. Isha va'areba temein shiv'a. What's going to happen according to what you're saying? The areva, the plate, or whatever it is, and the lady becomes tameh for 7 days, and the basek tahor, and the dough is going to be tahor. Does it make sense?
no, because then if the wood thing, if the ka'ara is tameh, then the dough would become tameh.
Okay, let's
and
see.
If she's touching it, then
okay, let's see. She's tameh anyway. With basek tahor. Another scenario, another case. Login, male mashkin. We have like a keli called login. I don't know why I call it login. Now, is made from the middle, matechet, full of male mashkin. It filled up with a drink. Login tameh, tumat shiva. The keli become tameh for 7 days. And mashkin tahorin. And the drink's going to be tahor. Does it make sense? Such a thing does not make sense. So, nitballo talmid echad mi talmidei Bet Shammai. So basically, nitballo means, Rashi says, came close to him, to Rabbi Yehoshua, one of the Talmidim of Bet Shammai. Amalo, he told him, Omar lecha, I will tell you, Taman she Bet Shammai. What's the reason of the Bet Shammai? Amalo, Emor. Rabbi Yehoshua told him, okay, tell me. Amalo, that Talmid told him, Keli tameh chotzes, or eno chotzes. If you have a keli, a vessel which is tameh, would stop the tum'ah, or it wouldn't. Amalo, Rabbi Yehoshua told him, eno chotzes. No, it doesn't. Then he asked him, the Talmud, keli shel amhares, tameh or tahor. The vessel belongs to the amhares, is tameh or tahor? Amalo, Rabbi Yehoshua told him, tameh. Is tameh? It's not pure, impure. Ve'imata omelo, tameh, If you tell the Amhares that your keli, your vessel is tameh, impure, kenu mashkiach lecha, he's going to listen to you. ולא עוד, אלא שאם אתה אומר לו טמא, אומר לך שלי טהור ושלך טמא. What are you telling me? My keli, my vessel is tameh? No, mine is good, yours is bad. וזהו טעמון של בית שמאי. This is the reason of the בית שמאי. Now, what does it mean over here? That basically means beit shammai holds everything in the aliyah, in the second floor, going to become tameh. Why? Because the kelim of the amhar is tameim anyway, and they cannot hold the tumah. So, but beit shammai held, he was worried if you tell him to the amhares, he's not going to listen to you. So therefore, they made the food and the drink and keli cheres, the clay, tahor, because there is no way you take them to the mikveh. Food, you cannot take them to mikveh. Keli cheres, the clay, you cannot take it to the mikveh. Right? So there is no way to make them tahor. Velo yishma, and they're not going to listen to us. So what we do, other kelim, they make them tameh, because they could go to the mikveh. They're going to listen to us, the amhares. You know what? Your kelim, you could take it to the mikveh. But other things we tell them is tameh, they're not going to listen to us. So the things we cannot take it to the mikveh, we told them that it's tahor. That's basically what it is.
Okay, you can't take
It's hard to understand.
Why?
Well, if it's tameh, it's tameh. You tell them that it's tahor, but it's tameh.
Yeah. Okay.
So the dough you can't put in the fat, so it's not become dough.
Huh?
So the dough.
Food you cannot take it to the mikveh.
But let's say the bowl was not cooked. It was clay, and it wasn't baked. Then you're not able to take it to the mikveh.
Right. Now let's see. Once again, let's finish this. Miyad halach Rabbi Yoshua v'nishtati al chivre Beit Shammai. That time Beit Shammai already passed away. Right away, Rabbi Yoshua goes on the kever, on the grave of the Beit Shammai. Amar na'aneti lachem atzmot Beit Shammai u'maseh tumot shelachem kach mefurashot al achad v'kama v'kama. What I spoke about you, it wasn't right. Okay? If we see something, it's basically very satum, it's closed, it's like this. The words you say, mefureshet, explain, it seems like explained more so. I don't know what it means atzmot Beit Shammai. What does atzmot Beit Shammai mean?
He's talking to the bones of the Shammai. He went to the grave, no?
I understand. Why you say atzmot? Why you say Beit Shammai? It was atzmot Beit Shammai.
They're calling them, no?
That's what you mean? Okay. Fine. So we're gonna go back to the question.
Something behind it.
What?
That's what
Say, I think he's saying we don't understand what you're talking about. Whatever you say is correct. I made a mistake. We didn't understand. He didn't understand it in the beginning, Rabbi Yoshua.
But at the end, did they understand it?
Yes.
That you tell Amaretz that it's tahor just because he's not going to listen to you?
Right.
Even though it's tameh?
Right. Another reason could be that basically, he says over here also, Baruch Shekvanti, that the kelim, people, they borrow from Amharis. So they be careful to take it to mikveh all the time. So they become tameh. The food, usually you don't get from Amharis. The chaverim, religious people, they don't borrow food or buy food, whatever it is from these people. So we are worried about other people. These people are not going to listen to us anyway.
What about the klicheres? So klicheres doesn't get tumah anyway.
Yeah, I guess. If he goes inside, it's going to get tameh.
Because they say that the klicheres is also tahor. נשים והכלי חרס אסורים, נכון? זה what בית שמאי says. The rest טמא.
Tosfot argues with this understanding. Tosfot says, no, we don't borrow even the kelim, regular kelim from the Amharis.
I know.
Because you don't know what they do. They're not careful with the halachot. Okay? So Gemara goes further. Katani mihat. We learn in the Mishnayot that we learned before in Masechet Ediot. Lecha velo. Alma sha'alin al minayu. So it says for you and for him. So therefore we see from here that the Chaverim, religious people, they would borrow kelim, vessels from the Amharis. We are talking about not this matter anymore. We're talking about you putting two kelim inside each other to put them in the mikveh. Does it work or not?
That's the original question.
Right. So the question is, why not Chachamim? And you make it asur, keli betoch keli, also for teruma. Because if you do it that way, Amhara is going to do it. It's going to still be tameh, and the people Chaverim going to borrow from them. They're going to get keli which is tameh. So it says, Gemara says, Ki shailin al minayu matbeli alehu. Says when we ask them, the Chaverim, religious people, they go to Amharas, Amharasot, and ask them to give us your keli, you want to borrow it. So he says over there that what's going to happen when we get it from them, I don't know, I think the Chaverim themselves, they're going to take it to mikveh anyway.
Okay, so what about the Kodesh?
Okay.
If anyway you're going to take it to the mikveh.
So again, Gemara says, Ihachis, that's the case, Nihadru lehu, Betile lebet Shammai, Betishu shuse lebet Shammai, Ki sha'alina minayu matfilan lehu. When we borrow from them, we're going to take it to mikveh anyway. So there's no mikshol. If we take it from there, we can take it mikveh anyway. The Gemara says, Beit Hillel cannot answer back to Beit Shammai this way. We're talking about Tumad Met. What is Tumad Met? Tameh Met by Hazah. If somebody becomes Tameh by the Met, you need Haza'ah. What is Haza'ah? Right. Sprinkling the Meichata, the from Para Aduma. Which days? Shelishi Ubeshevi'i. Third day and seventh day. So if you want to do that, you need to borrow the keli from the Amharas at least 7 days or more. People, they don't give out, they don't lend their kelim to people more than 7 days. Okay? So therefore, when it comes to Madmet, Beit Shammai made it Tameh, everything, which is not Cheres. Okay? In order that they do make it Tahor and then give it to them, I guess. Now, okay. That's what we understood until now. Now, Gemara going to ask you Setirana, a contradiction. How much should we trust Ameharis? So until now, we're saying the Kelim, the vessels of this Ameharis, they are Tameh. And even they say, we took it to the mikveh, we don't believe them. Therefore, a chaver, somebody religious borrows a keli, he has to take it to mikveh. So Gemara has a question now. Ba'tevilah lo mehemne. V'hatan ya ne'emani ameharis al tahurat tevilah tevemet. We don't trust them. We don't listen to them. We don't, they don't have any ne'emanut when it comes to tevilah, that they took it to the mikveh. How come in the Braita, they are ne'eman, they are trusted that something was tumat met, and it's tahor? So it's setira. Which one we go with? Amar Abaye said, lo kashya. There's no setira. There's no question over here. We're talking about two different cases. Contradiction. So the Braita that he says the ne'eman, we trust them when it comes to the kelim. What's the case over there? Right, something was tamed to madmed, they took it to the mikveh. Over there, begufo. We're talking about Amhares himself became tamed by the met. We could trust him that he says he went to the mikveh himself. Our case over here, they are not trusted. Bechelav, when it comes to his kelim, to his utensils, we don't trust them. And if you want to borrow from them, first you have to take it to mikveh. I don't know why the goof should be different.
He says that in the Amaret's eyes, the tumah on his body is more important than on his kelim, so he's gonna be more careful in the Shida.
Interesting. Okay.
But also they said for tumat met, the mikveh doesn't have for the kelim. You need to do azah.
Right.
What about the body?
Same thing.
Same, you need to do azah, so it doesn't matter if you go to mikveh or not.
So he said that's what he had said. That for their goof, they're more careful. For their body, they're more careful about it. When it comes to kelim, they're not so careful about it.
So it's not a steer, right?
Right. There is no contradiction here. Another answer for this question, Rav Amar, Idi Vedi Bechelaf. Both of them, they're talking about the kelim of the Amharis. Velo Kasha, there is no question. The Braita, he says that the Amharis is Ne'eman, you trust him. The Amar, Amharis said, Me'olam lo hitbalti keli betoch keli. He said, I never took to the mikveh two kelim inside of each other. Veham are basically case over here that we don't trust them. Dama hitbalti, I did before keli betoch keli, one vessel inside another vessel. Avalo hitbalti becheli shem befiv shishoferet hanot. But I didn't do it. It's something that the size should be right. Oh, I'm sorry. He did it, keli betoch keli, vessel inside the vessel, but he always made sure it should be a right size, bigger than enough. So in this scenario, we cannot trust him the size he's talking about.
Why not?
Because we are worried he doesn't know enough, he doesn't have enough information what size the hole should be, and he didn't do it correctly.
Precise.
Right.
But let's say he said that I was extra careful and I made it the size of two tvachim.
Okay, I don't know. We have to see the situation. Gemara ask a question now. The Tanya, how come we learn? Ne'eman Amhares Lomar. Another case. That Amhares is Ne'eman is believed to say perot, these fruits, lo huksharu, which means they never become wet. Because we said if you ever become wet, they're going to be basically not tame. Be able to become mekabel tuma, right? Aval enu ne'eman lomar perot huksharu, aval lo nitmu. But you cannot trust him. Then he comes and says, you know what? It became wet. But I was careful, it shouldn't become tame. That we don't believe. Very interesting. So Gemara says, fine. Now we're going to go back on the thing we had. So this the piece we just did. It was the raya, is a proof for the chiluk. If it's so precise, we don't believe him. It's just something normal, we do believe it. Now we're going to go ask a question Abaye. Abaye says the difference is the goof and the keli. Okay? Va'agufo mimeheman. You tell me we believe the Amharis. If he sees his goof, his body, he is tahor. V'hatanya, how come we in the Braita? Chaver sheba lehazot. We have a chaver. And it became Tameh. Chaver means opposite of the Amharis. He's religious. So I have this Chaver. Sheba. Thank you. Sheba lahazot. And he comes to in front of us to sprinkle the para adumani, the efer, the ashes. Now, the third day and the seventh day, mazin ala miyad, we do it right away. He says, it's the third day today, we trust him. Okay? Amhares sheba lahazot, but the Amhares comes and he says, today is the third day, do it for me, and mazin ala. We don't do it. Okay? Ad sheyase befanenu shelishi ushvi. Until he's going to know him from that day, third day and seventh day.
So Amaretz need to come the first day, tell them I got tameh, let's start counting.
Right.
So they supervise him, basically.
Right. So what's the question now? On Abaye. On his goof, we don't trust him. Even though he came today, what his goof became tameh. So we tell him, no, you're not trusted. You have to stay here for another 2 days, 3 days, then we're going to do it for you. Ela Amar Abaye changed down. מתוך חומש שהחמרת עליו בתחילתו, הגרת עליו בסופו. What does it mean? Because, I translate for you. They say because the chumrah we had on him, okay, that he has to wait now 3 days in front of us, we cannot trust him. We became make a lenient on him at the end. We don't trust him for the first 3 days, but on his tevilah we trust him. Because once we do it to him, that you have to do in front of us for 3 days, he's going to be more careful, and he's going to be very careful on his goof and his belief about the, I guess, going to mikveh. Very interesting.
So you don't believe him right away.
Which case? So there are 2 cases.
The first one.
So Abaye says,
on before you are believing, we believe him. But at the end now it seems like you don't believe him right away. You only believe him if you know that he went through the process.
he goes to process anyway. There is no other way. But once he sees we are machmin on him in the beginning, we are not worried about the end of it.
But now Ploni comes, Amaretz Ploni, and tell you, oh, I'm Taor, I did the whole process. You need to check if he really did everything on time.
I don't think according to Abaye need to.
You trust that he went through everything?
Yeah. That's what Abaye is saying, I think. Very interesting. I don't know how it's going to work.
But what about the kelim?
Huh?
Probably the same din.
What?
If Amaretz comes with his kelim.
So now he said,
will tell him
very
the
nice.
same.
So what's the Abaya? What's the question on Abaya? You see on his goof, you are not making. Right? He said, Abaya says no. It's true when it comes to Haza'ah, we don't trust him for his goof. When it comes to the mikveh, we trust him.
What about his kelim though?
Huh?
When now Amaretz comes with his kelim. Says
No, but the Abaya says we don't trust him anyway. For the goof, we trust him. That was a question. We had a setira in contradiction between two things. One Braita and by us. So Abaya said, huh?
Why you don't trust him for the kelim? If you're gonna go same process as the body, you're gonna go to the chaver tell him no, leave the kelim here for 3 days, then we're gonna do the other. So you're going through the same chumrah as his body with his kelim. So why you don't trust in the kelim process?
What's going to happen to the kelim? Do we say the same thing by kelim or not? What was this? First, let's go back. What was the Sevara understanding of Abaya that the kelim is different?
But he's not gonna be so careful about his kelim like his body. זה מה שמפרשים פה. אבא didn't say much. He says לא קשה, אבא בגופו, אבא חלב.
So what was the kelim we are more machmir?
Say again?
Why we come to his kelim, his vessels, we are more machmir?
To not believe him? I don't know.
That's what Abaya said.
It's short, the part of Abaya. לא קשה, אבא בגופו, אבא חלב. That's it.
So because he cares more about his goof than his kelim. I could say the reason he cares more about his goof more than his kelim because we were machmir on him.
And with the kelim, they're not machmir on him?
I guess.
He comes to do azah, they do azah right away.
Right.
They believe him on his kelim more than they believe for his body.
I know, but they don't put so much chumrah on it. They have how much chumrah you could put on that person? That's the question. The question is like this. Your question is like this. By the end of the day, according to Abaye, he stands on his answer he said before. Kelim are different or not? That's the question. According to Abaye, once everything finished, now there's a maskana over here, everything finished now. What does Abaye says? He still holds the chiluk, the answer he said before for the contradiction, for the setira, before the kelim and the goof or not? That's the question.
We're getting an answer? I don't think we're getting an answer.
We're getting the answer. The Siach Yitzchak says, Abaye thought in the beginning to differentiate between the goof and the kelim. Okay? When Gemara asks a question on him, so he says he's not going to be believed. Okay? When it comes to Hazah, ben begufo ben kelab, both. But for the goof and the kelab, they see there is a difference. That's his ne'eman and tevilat gufo, because he's very machmir about it himself. But we don't believe him on tevilat kelab. No. So one more time, let's understand what he's saying. I think he's saying like this: when he gone for the kelim, also we do
The
same chumrah.
Leave the kelim
Right.
here for 3 days.
But when it comes to kelim, say I took it to the tevilah, we don't believe him. For the goof, we do believe him. So this way, that's we solve the problem. Good. Okay. Okay, that's part. Let's go. Let's do one more piece. I want to do one more piece, and Bezashin we stop over here. I don't know if it's Kujai or not. Let's see one more piece. I want to see Berliner there. We could finish this by 2 Bishvat. Let's see if it's possible or not. Okay. Now, he says over here that Achoraim betoch. We know in the Mishnah. What was the Mishnah? Let's go back to the Mishnah. Achoraim betoch.
Where we have to run to?
Find it. By 2 dots. Which page is it? Michad Achoraim betoch.
It says Gimel though.
Achore hakeli in the part outside part of the keli and inside the keli. Uvet hasavita, the handles. Beteruma, in teruma, but not kodesh.
I think we went over it.
So we said for teruma we consider it as usable 3 parts, separate parts. They don't make each other tameh. When it comes to the kodesh, doesn't matter. We deal with it with like one keli. Okay? When we get to the tuma the rabbanan, when it comes to the kodesh, everything becomes tameh, not only one part. Okay? Keditnan, we learned the Braita in Masechet Kelim. Keli shenitma achora b'mashchin. They have a keli, a vessel, became tameh from outside, from chachamim. Achorav temein, outside is going to be tameh. Tocho, inside tahor. Ogno, the top part is its edge. Ozno, which is handles. B'yadav. What is b'yadav?
Handles.
Handles are what? We said ozno.
So you have like years. It's 2 different types of handles.
Okay.
Regular handle
What's that? Ozno is for the for the bowl or something, for the pot. Yadav is different. It's like a handle of like a spoon, I think.
like a pen.
Okay, pan, yeah. Tehorin, nitma betocho, the inside parts become tameh. Kulo tameh. So what's a raya? What's the proof of the Gemara from this Mishnah to teach us this chiluk, this difference? You see it from the Mishnah over there. The outside is different than inside. When we come to the Kodesh, if the outside became tameh, the whole thing becomes tameh. Okay. Very good. So tomorrow we're gonna go with Hashem Uvet Hasavita, which is 6 lines from when it gets white.
Wait, if we touch the outside, the inside doesn't become tameh. If we touch the inside, everything becomes tameh.
Yes.
Also for Tuma.
Yeah. Okay, let's do Alachot Borel. Zrat Hashem. Jacob, can you give me a Sefer Orchot Shabbat from there? Okay, I was looking some research about this opinion of the Horovadia about the fruits that the kelipot are attached to them.
Why we can do it right away.
Right.
No.
Let's see if I could find it here now. I'm going to give some introduction tonight. We'll get to the halacha on the introduction. So he says over here, Katu Aposkim, Shemikalef Perod Nidon Keborer Pesoled Min Hauch. When you're coming to separate the basically the kelipa, what's going to happen? You're doing really Pesoled Min Hauch. So how do we know? We have a Gemara Yerushalmi. Gemara Yerushalmi says, it's talking about somebody making food, making readiness for food. He's making food ready, and he takes the kelipa. Is chayab mishum borer. Okay. Now, Gemara and Poskim, actually Poskim, they ask this question. You have to in other places that you could separate the kelipa. There is no problem on Shabbat. For example, Gemara Betza, it talks about shebeto sherab kilefu avuro kemuyot gedolot shel seorim. Masum b'Mishnah Shabbat, the mutar lefatseach egozim b'Shabbat. You're allowed to, when you have nuts, walnut, all these things, you could crack the shell and eat it. So what's the difference? Why Gemara Yerushalmi says you cannot do it? It's borer.
After you do it,
Huh?
you do it right away before. You cannot do it at all.
Okay, so that's, huh? We're not there. We're asking a question now. We're not the halacha yet. We're the introduction now. But Tirsu, they gave an answer. יש לחלק בין קילוף פירות לצורך אכילה לאלתר, דאבה דרך אכילה ומותר, ובין קילוף שלא לצורך אכילה לאלתר, דאבה מלאכה וחייב. So it depends. What you do it, how you do it, and you eat it right away or not. Okay? So therefore, if you eat it right away, no problem. It's okay. Now, still as a question, you're taking the pasola away. Why is it mutar? Other places in the borer, you take the pasolet out, the part is garbage, basically. It's not going to work. It's asur. The poskim says, because there is no other way to get to the fruit, therefore, this is considered derech achila. This is not considered melacha. This is the way you eat it. That's considered asur Shabbat. Okay, very nice. So therefore, it's going to be mutar. So we understand from here, if you don't eat it right away, it's going to be chayav. באופן זה אין המעשה שלו נחשב מעשה של דרך אכילה, שהרי אפילו הבורא אוכל מהפסולת, עכשיו דרך אכילה ממנו אוכל לאט. So therefore, you have to eat it right away when you take a peel off from the fruit. Very nice. Now, let's see, this sefer basically based on Ashkenazi poskim. Not necessarily everything I come to Ashkenazim. We want to learn some sevarot. See what other gedolim they hold. Not necessarily when you ask Rabbi Yashiv is asur mutar on Shabbat to do borer, it means only for Ashkenazim. Some people they think, you know what? If you go to Rav and he says Ashkenazi and tells you something, that's only according to Ashkenazim. No, sometimes it's true because they have their own minhag. The machloke between Maran and the Rema could be, but a lot of times could be that according there are other poskim they hold not like Korovadia. Okay. Katu aposkim shekilu perod v'yirakod nechsha maaser berera ve'en la'atru ela im kolev ha'perod b'samuch la'achila. So we said this, okay? You have to do it, basically, eat it right away. So which first case I'm going to deal with is going to be kiluf betsim u betsalim. Okay? So we want to make a salad. اول آخین سالات بسیم بساریخ لیکو در بسیم و بسالیم الو لحسوز الو بساموک لأخیلا. So if you want to do on Shabbat, make a egg salad, and you need, what do you need? Besim, eggs, and besalim. What's besalim? Onion. و این آسان کن شلو بیسموک لأخیلا الو خود معلیخا لبتکین اقاسه بازه هرزو ایسور گامور. So let's say you want to do it before you come to the shul, it's going to be asur. Okay? Very good. Another case. We said this case before. I'm going to mention to you what he holds over here. Yeah, the case of the alechasa, talking about the Roman lettuce. Okay? Outside leaves are bad. You cannot eat it. You want to take off those pieces and eat the rest. Okay? Now, can you do it or not? موتا لعصیرم عن منت شوخه لعگه لعالیم هپنیمی و او شخصیگیم به ساموخ لعخیله و تم میشوم شعالیم اخیصونیم دومیم لکلیفت هک آخر. Again, same sevara, same understanding. Just like when it comes to the fruit, to the nuts, you cannot get the food until you take the shell off, you the peel off. Over here also consider the same thing. The only way you could get to the lettuce, inside, you take off the bad parts and put in garbage. Mutar. But you have to eat it right away. You cannot do it 8 o'clock in the morning and you saw at 12 o'clock I'm going to have a soda. You cannot do it. Right. We're going to see that right away for days. Now, another question we had, which is we had a discussion about it, the Haravadia, which is he holds is mutar. Let's see. Or shargabe of mebushal, mutar la'asiro besamuch la'achila keden kelipat peri. Same thing. If you have a chicken, piece of chicken has a or. What is or? With the ayin? Skin. Right, on the top. Can you take off the skin and eat the chicken? I know, but it was I read you his lashon. So what he said last time. Okay. اوراش الهاب شش میشه مخمی شو لخرو که ما شو راو لأخیلا میصد اسمو و رو به نادام اخلیم اتو بگه همین خد این باسار هاوف اگم به خوبار با اوف الا شو انو خافت بو نیرش متا لعصی رو به شد اخیلاتو به شد اخیلاتو same thing so به شد اخیلاتو okay so now so over here also he holds you could do it but he says something interesting on the bar the ha'arut he said Hara Moshe Feinstein Igerod Moshe he says when he says borer دین کل خشش به حفرتت هاور که وان شعور راو لأخیلا و که خیلی حباسا he says it's okay to do it because it's part of the meat ومطال عصیرو افشلو ساموخ لسعودا he holds that what even it's not ساموخ لسعودا you could take it off very big cooler okay according to رموشه اخنیره دوارم عمریم به مکاموت شکل به نادام رگیریم لخول هاور. He's talking about in scenario places they eat the skin. اف به مسیود شخیخا به ارس اسرائیل شرابیم اینا مخنیمت ها اور هوا که پسولت seems like ارس اسرائیل most people they don't eat it و این لعتیر تسرات ها اور الا به سموخ لأخیلا که دین غلیفت بریم. So he comes out according to him I think Harabadi also gets to same maskana that you have to only do it بشعد أخيلا لعلتا according to his understanding yes اوب سالوی رگیلیم لخولت ها اور و همه که خلق معباسار مطال عصیرو افشلو به ساموخ لأخیلا but the salui what does salui mean? Roasted barbecue that's different you could over here if it's barbecued you could even take off not close to eating why? Because I guess you eat the skin too الا امکن هو استنیس چه لعالم این آخر زد unless you are
already on the individual
right
it doesn't matter what's going on
right We're going to see about this matter also. This is a big question about somebody who very, very makif, my son, very picky. He does not drink water from the tap. If you don't have water, he's not going to drink it. No, so let's say it's considered borer or not. If you want to make it filtered on Shabbat. Very good question. Okay, one more halacha for today. Kiluf tapuchim. Nechlegu aposchim. Apples, yeah. Nechlegu aposchim לעינן קליפות. תפוחים עם דינן כקליפה שאינה נאכלת ואין לקלפה אלא סמוך לאכילה. או דמותר לקלפה אף שלא בסמוך לאכילה. Okay? What's the question? Let's see if you have time. Mishnah Berurah says, the Magen Avraham, שאסר לקלף תפוחים שלא בסמוך לסעודה. According to Magen Avraham, you have to do it right before eating. Okay? Okay? ושערי ציון הביא שמגדים תامر ماگیر عوام ده که ما شروع بن آدم اخریم یا تپوخ غلیفاتو این بازه دین بورر کلال سما بورر okay okay that's I don't know that's I'm trying to get I don't think they go with this پشت they go with this هلاخا و همین به شرط شوبا دیگراد مشه شام شکاتب در میشنا برورا مسکیم لمعصیم ماگن ابراهام شاسر رسیل لکوچه هم میرمان این سیم در حافظ خیم agrees with ماگن ابراهام which is asur و تم های سور کاتب های گراد مشه در افش روین لأخیلا میکند این هکیلوب اسه اوتان که پسولت because you take it off you showing you don't want it it's gonna become پسولت ولی خورد دیم ها گراد مشه ساریخ بیور در کتی مشهد مواد موتال لیتر مایم سلولیم به میشمرت که دل عصیر مهر ات حکیسامیم so setting another case when it comes to water you could sift it you could filter it و سفر ایگله تل و سفر شویدت شبات یتیرو لکلوف تپوخیم ام پکلی هم یوخال لبریرا و افشلو به ساموک لسودا right right